So we will see about this today's class. We will see about the remaining relations apart from this. Those are symmetric relation. The next relation is called the symmetric relation. Look at this. What is meant by this symmetric relation? Symmetric relation is nothing but if A is related to the B, then B also should be related to A. If A has the relation with the B, the same relation should be there from the B to A also. Same relation, not any other relation. Okay. If A has one relation with the B, B also should have the same relation to the A. Such relation we will call it as the symmetric relation. Understand? So should I have given this example also? Suppose if there are the two lines are there, suppose L1 is perpendicular to L2. L1 is perpendicular to the L2. If I consider this perpendicular relation, if I consider, is it the symmetric relation? Is it the symmetric?
Yes.
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 Then L2 also perpendicular to L1. If L1 is perpendicular to L2, then automatically L2 also will be the perpendicular to the L1. Okay. Similarly, second, suppose if L1 is parallel to L2, is it symmetric relation?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. L2 also will be parallel to L1. Suppose third one, suppose if L1 is equal to L2, is that the symmetric relation? L1 is equal
Yes,
to
sir.
L2.
Yes.
Yes. Equal to sign also is the symmetric relation. L1 is equal to L1. So L2 is equal to L1. Okay. Suppose if A is brother of B, A is brother of B, is it the symmetric relation?
Not necessary.
No.
Not
Sir
necessarily.
also.
Not necessarily. It's not a symmetric relation because symmetric means any relation it has to satisfy all the cases. It should satisfy it. Even one case if it is misses, it is not that relation. So A is the brother of B. Here the relation is the brother. So if A is the brother of B means clearly we know that A is male. A is male. That we know it. Okay. A is the brother of B. सिर्फ मेल लोगों को ब्रदर बोल सकते हैं ना बट बी क्या हो सकता मुलगा हो सकता मुलगी भी हो सकता राइट so I don't know about the B. So this B may be male or may be female. That's why in the reverse order, if you read it, B may be the brother of A or B may be the sister of A. That's why always is not need not be the brother only. That's why it is not a symmetric relation. Understand? Similarly, if I consider this relation that A is wife of B, A is
No.
wife of B, then can I call it as a B is also the wife of A?
No.
No. If A is
No.
wife of B, B is not the wife of A. So that's why this is also not the symmetric relation. Okay. If A is father of B, then B is the father of A. Possible hota hai kya?
No.
A is father of B, then B is also father of A? No. Means no family relation. No family relation is the symmetric relation that you have to remember. No family relation is the symmetric relation. Okay, this is the point you have to understand. Now, understood that about the symmetric relation means if one is related to the two, compulsorily two also should be related to the one. If both that relations are there, that is called the symmetric relation. Understand? So this is about the symmetric relations. Write on this note. Transitive relation. This is third relation which is transitive relation. Transitive relation. Look at this. So what is meant by this transitive relation? Which is nothing but suppose if A is related to the B, A has some relation with the B, and and B has the relation with the C, the same relation, not another relation. Suppose A has some relation with the B has the same relation with the C, then A is also related with the C. Then if there is a direct relation between A and C, then such relation is called the transitive relation. Okay. Suppose means so in all these three cases they should have the same relation. If A is related to the B and B is related to the C, then if A has the relation to the C, then that is called the transitive relation. Okay. Suppose for example, if I consider the relation is brother of, if I consider the relation is the brother of, is it the transitive relation? Just observe that. Suppose if we consider the relation is brother, is it the transitive relation? Means if A is brother of B and B is brother of C, then is it A is the brother of C?
Yes.
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 A is
Yes, sir.
brother of B, and B is brother of C, then compulsorily A also should be the brother of the C only. So A is brother of C. Means the brother relation will be the transitive relation. Similarly, if you take the sister relation, suppose A is the sister of B is the sister of C, what about the A and C relation?
A
A
is
is
sister
also
of
A is
C.
the
A is
sister of C.
sister of C.
A is sister of C, na? So that is also transitive relation. Means sister relation is also transitive, right? So means in that, if these two relations are possible, then the third relation should be there. In certain cases, you will call it as a transitive relation. Suppose if these two are possible, but this is not possible, then it is not the transitive. But sometimes these two itself may not be possible. If A is related to the B and B may not have the same relation with the C, even though we will consider it as a transitive. Okay? Even though we will consider it as a transitive, these two are possible, then the third one compulsory should be possible. If these two are not possible, then even though we will consider it as a transitive relation. Suppose for example, A is wife of B, then can I write that B is wife of C?
no.
No.
If A is the wife of B, is it the B is also the wife of C? No.
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 These two relations
No.
are not possible, but even though you consider it as a transitive. Okay? Even though it is not possible, even though you consider the transitive means AB only is there, but BC is not possible, B comma C is not have the same relation, even though we will consider it as a transitive. If these both are there, then compulsorily A comma C should be there. If these both are there, then compulsorily A comma C should be there. Okay. Out of these, if any one is there, if it is not there, but it is there, even though we will consider as the transitive only. Understand? Similarly, the father relation also we consider that if A is the father of B is the father of C, can I consider that A is the father of C?
No.
A is father of B is father of C, then what is the relation between A and C? A and C
A is
relation
grandfather of C.
No
A
relation.
is the grandfather of C. Okay, grandfather hota hai. So the same relation is not possible. That's why the father or mother relations are not transitive relations. The mother and father relations are not transitive. Okay. Similarly, if I consider the line, suppose if L1 is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to L3, then is it L1 is perpendicular to L3? L1 is
Yes.
perpendicular to L2. L2 is perpendicular to L3. Is it L1 is perpendicular to L3?
Yes. Yes.
No, no.
No, no.
No, no.
No.
No, sir.
So this is L1. It is perpendicular to L2. This is the L2. And L2 is perpendicular to L3. This is L3. So this is perpendicular. Then what about the relation between L1 and L3?
Parallel.
Parallel. L1 is the parallel, but not the perpendicular. That's why the perpendicular relation, it is a symmetric relation, but it is not transitive relation. Okay. Similarly, if I consider the relation parallel, if L1 is parallel to L2, L1 is parallel to L2, L2 is parallel to L3, but what about the relation between L1 and L3?
Parallel.
Parallel
It is
only.
also
Parallel to L3.
Then L1 is parallel to L3.
L3.
Why this is parallel relation is a transitive relation. It is symmetric, it is transitive also, and at the same time it is reflexive also. Because any line will be parallel to itself. No? Reflexive means every element should be related to itself. Every element should be related to itself. That's why every line should be parallel to itself also. That's why L1 is parallel to L1. That's why it is reflexive also. It is reflexive also. That's why parallel relation, it is reflexive, it is symmetric, and it is transitive also. But the perpendicular relation, is it the reflexive perpendicular relation? L1 is perpendicular to L1. Is it possible?
no.
No.
No. That's why perpendicular relation is not reflexive, but it is symmetric only. It is not transitive also, but it is symmetric only. Okay. Similarly, if I take the equal to relation, L1 is equal to L2 and L2 is equal to L3. What about the L1 and L3 relation?
L1
L1
is
is equal to L3.
L1 is equal to L3. That's why equal to relation is also transitive relation. And this equal to relation is also reflexive relation. It is also symmetric relation. Means equal to relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive also. Similarly, parallel relation also will have the same thing. But the perpendicular relation, it is symmetric only. And if I consider the relation of less than or greater than relation, suppose if A is less than B and B is less than C, then what about the relation between A and C?
A is less than C.
A is less than C. That's why, because B is bigger than A, C is bigger than B, then automatically C will be the bigger than A also. That's why, so the less than symbol or less than relation is the transitive, but it is not the symmetric. It is not reflexive also, means less than or greater than relation is transitive relation only. Because even though if I consider this A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then automatically A is greater than C. That's why the greater than, less than relations are the transitive only, but these are not reflexive, because we can't say that A is greater than A or A is less than A. Means दोनों भी same elements है तो दोनों भी compare नहीं कर सकता ना, दोनों भी equal always. That's why greater than, less than symbol use नहीं कर सकते इधर. That's why, so the greater than or less than relations are not reflexive. These are not symmetric also, but these are transitive only. Understand? So this is called the transitive relation. Okay, write on that. Transitive relation. Keep the subheading in that, write down there. So if we consider about the reflexive relation, that is if A is equal to B, then automatically B also should be is equal to A. That's why it is symmetric relation. It is the symmetric relation. Similarly, if I consider if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is also equivalent to C. This is transitive also. That's why the equal relation is always equivalence relation. Equal relation is always equivalence relation. Understand? Now tell me, what about the parallel relation? Parallel. Is that the symmetric?
Yes.
No.
Why?
Yes.
Yes, it is symmetric relation because everything,
Yes.
suppose the two lines, if I consider that L1 is parallel to L1 because every line should be parallel to itself, means it follows the reflexive relation. So it is symmetric also. If L1 is parallel to L2, then L2 will be parallel to L1. That is symmetric also. And it is transitive also. L1 is parallel to L2, L2 is parallel to L3, then L1 should be parallel to L3. Means it is transitive also. That's why the parallel relation is also the equivalence relation. Understand? And similarly, if you consider any identity relation, if we consider the identity relation is always symmetric relation because the identity relation means every element should be related to itself only. If every element should be related to itself only, that is called the identity relation. That's why the identity relation is always equivalence relation. Suppose one is related to the one means it is reflexive also. It is reflexive compulsorily. And symmetric means if one is related to the one, even if reverse order, if you did it, one should be related to the one. One, even the reverse order are the same thing. That's why it is symmetric also. So in the reflexive, sorry, transitive, already I told you that if these two are there, then only you have to consider about the third one. If these two are not there, then you don't need to consider about the third one, even though you consider the transitive. Here 1 comma 1 only is there. Again, this one is not going to be related with any other thing. That's why only one set is there. That's why even though you have to consider the transitive, that's why identity relation is always equivalence relation. That's why the smallest equivalence relation is always the identity relation. Remember that. The smallest equivalence relation is identity relation. Similarly, the biggest equivalence relation is the universal relation. Because universal relation means every relation you will take from the universal relation only. That's why the universal relation is also an equivalence relation. That's why the biggest equivalence relation is the universal relation. The smallest equivalence relation is the identity relation. This is the point you have to remember. Okay? Keep the somebody equivalence relation.